Right, let's continue with our theorem 9. Remember, there are only two theorems that deals with cyclic quadrilaterals. This one, which says the sum of opposite angles of a cyclic quad are supplementary. Remember, these are the opposite side angles, or these are the opposite angles. The sum of opposite angles of a cyclic quad are supplementary. That simply means that angle B plus angle D is equal to 180, or angle A plus angle C is equal to 180. That's the theorem that we're proving. Now, to prove this theorem, we must have our construction. We're going to create a center O. Once we create a center, it means that we're dealing with the theorems that deals with a center. These are the three theorems that deals with a center. It's 1, 2, 3. The center theorem. The angle at the center is twice as the angle at the circumference. Or you use this diagram, the angle subtended by the arc at the center is twice as the angle of the circumference. Or if this is the center, this makes it a diameter. It forms the angle which is 90 degrees at the circumference. These are the angles of the same segment, they will be the same. So when I create a center, I think of those three theorems, which one to use. Let's look at this first one. If I create this radius here, and another radius here, and call that O. As soon as I create this radius, there's a particular theorem that I can see there. In particular case, it is theorem written number 3 there. That theorem says if this is angle 1, O1, and that is angle O2, it simply means that the angle at the center is twice as the angle at the circumference. It means angle O1 will be 2 times angle B, or if I'm coming from that side, angle O2 will be equals to 2 angle D. If I'm coming from this side, angle O1 will be equals to 2 angle B. I'm taking this from the theorem, this theorem. The angle at the center is twice as the angle at the circumference. But that's my construction. In other words, I've joined OA and OC. Make sure that O is the center of a circle. This, for it to work, O must be at the center of a circle. Now, once we have that scenario, let us do our proof. What is it that we know? We know that angle O1 is equals to 2 angle B. Why is it so? Because we've got a center theorem. Angle at the center is equal to the angle, is twice as the angle at the circumference, center theorem. When we abbreviate that theorem, we just call it the center theorem. The angle at the center is twice as the angle at the circumference. This is not the only scenario. If I'm coming from that side, angle O2 then will be equals to, angle O2 will be equals to, this angle is twice angle D, it will be equals to 2 times angle D. Why is it so? I'm using the same theorem, the center theorem. Right, this is what we have now. We do have our facts that O1 is equal to 2 that angle, angle B. We also know that O2 is equal to 2 angle D. Remember what we want to prove. We want to prove that angle B plus D is equal to 180. We're bringing our B's and D in our statements. Then we're on the right track. What else do we know? If we go back to our grade 8, grade 9, we will know that angle 1, O1, plus angle O2 will be equals to what? We are now saying angle O1 plus angle O2 is equals to 360 degrees because I'm revolving around the point. Resin, revolution. So your grade 8, grade 9 becomes vitally important in your grade 11 and grade 12. Angle O1 plus angle O2 is equal to 360 degrees. Let's check that. Angle O1 plus angle O2. Yes, I'm revolving around that point. So it is equal to 360 degrees. But remember what we said. O1 was equals to what? O1, we said it was 2B. So instead of O1 in this statement, we can push in 2B. So instead of O1, instead of angle O1, we can write 2B, 2 angle B, plus, instead of O2, what can we write instead of O2? O2 is the same as 2D, 2 angle D. This is equals to 360 degrees. Right, that's what we have now. Remember, we're not looking for 2B plus D. We're just looking for angle B plus D. What must we do to each of those? If I divide by 2 here, because these are equations, if I put 50 kg this side, for this to balance, I must put 50 kg on the other side. It is the same scenario here. If I divide by 2 here, I've got to divide everything by 2 so that it will balance. Right, let's see what happens here. This goes with that. We're left with angle B plus this goes with that angle D equals to, this is the equal sign, 2 into 360 degrees, it is 180 degrees. So we've just proved that angle B plus angle D is equals to 180 degrees. Thank you.